Hi, Original Soul. Welcome in to this reading. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, I'm super bundled up. Just trying to warm up here. But no, welcome in. I hope you're doing really well. We'll run through the oracle cards that we've got out, add some tarot to it. So we'll just jump into it right away. First card out, you are not broken, number 34. I love the message from this card. All right, depending on what you've been through in your life, I'm sure many of us have times where we do feel like we're broken, something is incomplete, or we're not whole. So you could be struggling with just some sort of depression, or maybe there's a specific issue that's going on, or your interactions and experiences with others have possibly left you feeling like you are less than, which is not true. All right, so let's see what wants to come out with this card. King of Pentacles. All right, so getting more into the strength of your own energy. You know, there could be someone around you, possibly even an earth sign, maybe a masculine energy that, you know, has left you feeling like, again, you're maybe not worthy, or, you know, there's something wrong with you. So, you know, I don't know if there's someone close to you, whether it's a partner, could even be a father figure, or just friends, even something with work potentially, that just has you feeling like, you know, there's something wrong with you, which is not true. Anytime someone is making you feel like that too, that's their own insecurities being projected on you, or they see something in you that's actually pretty wonderful, and they're maybe trying to squash that down a little bit. Wow, and then with that too, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Right, so for some of you, this could even be your parents. Right, since we've got this partnership here, or again, maybe you're married and this is your spouse who's just been talking down to you, or, you know, just doing or saying things that really undermine your self-confidence. So definitely getting more into the strength, again, of your own energy, nurturing yourself more. Maybe you say some mantras or affirmations in the mirror that are positive about yourself. Right? And know that you are strong, and you have sort of this wealth of energy abundance within you. All right. And so getting back to this, right? You are not broken, even though, like I said, it definitely can feel that way at times. Realizing the power of your own mind. I was actually just talking to my daughter about this the other day, and how just how strong and powerful your mind really is, right? And if you start to believe the things that other people say to you, or the way that they've made you feel, right, you're the one then kind of creating this continued suffering by playing those stories out and taking them in as your own, when really that's just a limitation that's possibly set upon you by somebody else. All right, so switching up your mindset, right? Just seeing yourself as whole and complete. There's nothing wrong with you, right? And starting to maybe push what others are doing kind of off to the side. Maybe seeing that in a different way, or just noticing when that's happening. Like, well, why would this person be doing that? And realizing, right, that you're a mirror for them. So not taking that in and not absorbing any of that negativity, right, to kind of F with your confidence. All right, so let's move on here. And I had a feeling a card about protection was going to come out, because number 34, when I see that number, I see that as being protected, spiritually protected. And then out of the herb deck, out came Pocket of Protection, yarrow. Right, there's some armor there, and there's yarrow in this bubble of protection. So maybe you start out your day even just imagining a bubble around you, a bubble of protection, an energetic level of protection. But Yarrow talked about kind of traveling with warriors and helping them heal. So Yarrow can help heal wounds. And it's also about boundaries and protecting yourself. Yeah, let's see here. We've got Seven of Pentacles and Knight of Rods. So a lot of this pentacle energy, again, this could even have to do with like a work situation where maybe you've got people around you at work that aren't really seeing your full value or treating you in the way that you deserve to be. Or again, this could be with family, but this is about how you invest your time and energy. So like we were just talking about, right, not taking all of that in. And maybe you pull back a little bit and set some boundaries around those people where, you know, you feel like you've been giving and investing in, and maybe you're not really seeing a return, right? That's kind of defeating your self-esteem and confidence. So protecting yourself a little bit more there. And then notice how the Knight of Rods is kind of looking away from that Seven of Pentacles, walking away there. All right, so this is setting boundaries, taking care of yourself. Maybe you even, you know, say something or defend yourself in a certain way. But this is starting to, again, really get into your own energy, back into your confidence, back into your self-worth, knowing that you have value. And I'm just picking up on how both of these, right, have this armor. So there may be a need to protect yourself a little bit more, which, you know, sometimes we don't feel like we should have to do, especially if this is about someone that's maybe close to you. All right, so getting a little more fired up, maybe getting back into your passionate side and sort of moving forward with your own strength, right? Knowing that, right, you're awesome, you're whole, you're complete, and you don't really have to put up with that sort of bullshit. All right, let's see here. Out of the Egyptian deck, number 30, Kuhau, the Thousands. This is about respect and admiration. All right, so this could be getting back into your self-respect. Maybe not letting others disrespect you. So like I said, really taking action and doing things in a way where you are respecting yourself more. Right? You could even have others, maybe once you do sort of stand up for yourself or set a boundary or maybe move in a direction that sort of fills you up a little bit more, regardless of, you know, what others have said, right? Maybe you've had a great idea and somebody has kind of put that down or squashed that, right? You don't have to let them do that. Not everybody understands. And again, sometimes, as kind of, you know, sick as it sounds, like sometimes people don't want you to succeed on some level. And again, that's their own issues. It really honestly has nothing to do specifically with you. But respect and admiration. So maybe you do get recognized for something as well. Maybe this is something creative you've done, or again, something at work, or maybe you start to put yourself out there more, even in, you know, maybe you've got a social media channel, or maybe you publish something, or, you know, whatever this may be for you. And maybe you do have thousands of people that end up, you know, seeing what you've done, recognizing that, knowing who you are. But definitely self-respect is what I'm picking up with that. And yeah, with that, we've got the High Priestess and Temperance. All right, so two major arcana right here. So this is a really kind of big deal, this respect card. High Priestess is about using your intuition, right? And maybe you've got some kind of information or knowledge. This could be through downloads, your own insight. I don't know, maybe you even know something about someone else that might even be a secret. But again, this is trusting yourself, trusting your ideas, and being able to rely on yourself. So again, getting more within with this card, tuning out, like I said, especially if you've got others around you that are sort of either feeding you some of this bullshit or negativity or just keeping you down, right? Knowing that you don't have to take that in. And then same with Temperance, right? This is about alchemizing, right? So maybe you have been through a few experiences that have, right, led you down a path where you've spent a little more time in negativity or feeling anxious, feeling depressed. But this is starting to let that lift and taking those experiences, maybe taking the things that made you feel like you were broken, right? And getting out of that energy, right? Starting to sort of transform that, right? Use those experiences to your advantage and really start to build your strength from there, right? Whatever you've been through, you've survived a lot. And like I said, if you can kind of flip the script a little bit and start to see the way others are treating you as maybe, something that's inside of them that you're reflecting back to them, that they're projecting on you, right? That may allow you to move out of absorbing all of that into yourself. It may allow you to protect yourself a little bit more, right? And really alchemize this into having more respect for yourself, right? And know that you do have angelic and spiritual protection as well. Like I said, I had that protection vibe from that first card. So we've got an angel right here, some of this armor. But yeah, really, third chakra is coming up right now. So really using your own willpower, your internal fire, right? With that sun or glow behind the angel in the cups and on those daylilies. Right, so maybe there's sort of a new dawn coming for you. All right, last oracle card that we've got out here, Herkimer Diamond, power wash your energy. So again, especially if you have been in a more negative vibe or having people project negativity towards you, it's definitely time to cleanse yourself. Like I said, maybe you start your day and put this bubble of protection around you, right? And only letting light and love in, only letting energy for your highest good go through that bubble. Everything else can bounce off. I just had the I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. I don't know why that just came in my head, but maybe keeping that in mind when someone is maybe saying something a little negative towards you. All right, so we do have the Tower here with Strength at the bottom of the deck right now. All right, so the Tower is a shift in something foundational. And maybe you're a tower for someone else, especially if you maybe have always, taken their crap or done what they say, and you start to get more into this Knight of Wands energy, more into your High Priestess energy, right? Where you're trusting and relying on yourself. You're doing things in a way that you feel is appropriate, not necessarily what someone else is telling you to do, right? That could be a shock to somebody. They're not used to that version of you. Maybe you're not even used to that version of you, right? So maybe it's time to even create a tower a little bit, right? That doesn't mean you have to be like aggressive or anything like that, but definitely asserting yourself, right? There is a difference there. All right, let's see if we get one more with it. All right, Two of Wands with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, getting more clarity. Like I said, maybe you do need to maybe even spend a little less time with certain people, or just cut out certain activities or certain conversations even. You could just kind of shut things down. But with Two of Wands, all right, notice there is another hand in this card. This is taking your own future into your hands. And again, not letting someone else dictate what you're going to do. So I am getting High Priestess vibes off this card as well. I don't know if it's because that just looks like a crystal ball to me. All right, but nobody knows what's best for you except for you, your higher self, your spirit team. Like I said, a lot of high priestess energy coming off of this for some reason as well. So yeah, really just tapping into, your wants, your needs, going after those things, raising your vibration. Yeah, starting to make different choices that uplift yourself, right? Regardless, again, of what maybe this other person is wanting you to do or telling you to do. Okay, super interesting energy so far. But you do have the power with your own mindset and with your own choices to kind of pull yourself out of whatever this may be. I mean, it does feel like this has to do with how other people have treated you. All right? And you didn't deserve it. Like I've been saying, everyone's projecting onto others. All right? So when you can realize that, or think about the rubber and the glue, maybe that'll help shift your perspective and help you kind of see where other people might feel like they're broken, and that's where they are acting and reacting from. All right, you don't have to do that same thing. You don't have to take that in. All right, we'll get an angel out of Angel Tarot. We've already had an angel show up with the Temperance card in the reading. Right, and now is the perfect time to make this shift as well. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. We're in Sagittarius season still. And also getting in touch with your own emotions. Right, a lot of times when we have maybe taken in the way others have treated us and let that impact how we see ourselves, we start to disconnect from our emotions, from even sometimes from our bodies. Right, so getting back in touch with that. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. We got Vehuel, 8 of Wands. That can be about communication. So like I said, maybe you need to communicate or kind of stop some sort of communication. Number 40, I think it says 49. Yeah, number 49. The great and exalted God. Grandeur makes one passionate towards God. All right, and with this respect and admiration, again, there could be someone around you or in your life too that's like demanding respect or just expecting everyone, is always giving them respect or has maybe those delusions of grandeur. So just noticing if that applies to you at all. All right, but then putting yourself up maybe more on a pedestal if you've not had yourself, right, seen as important. For some of you, you may play the violin. But yeah, getting back, like I said earlier, with the Knight of Wands, into your passion. Right? Maybe you take some time and, do some healing or spiritual work, or really rely and work with your spirit team or angels or, whatever, if you pray or anything like that. All right, let's see here. So Vehuel, number 49. All right, we'll get a spirit animal out. Got one last message from Archangel Michael, and then we will close it out. I saw dragon and raven as I awkwardly dropped the deck. So we'll see if any of those show up for you as well. Those could be signs or synchronicities for you. All right, but we've got swan, love. Right, so definitely getting back into self-love. Again, this could be a situation that has come about because of, someone that is supposed to love you, and maybe they're not really doing that in a way where it feels like real love. All right. Swan, love, you have found your soulmate, or they are just around the corner. Remember that when two souls are destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you've had to go through were worth it. All right, remembering too, you're also your own soulmate. So more self-respect for yourself, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. But maybe you do meet somebody soon. Again, maybe you've had a lot of issues or kind of wounding from relationships, from love relationships. Again, that can be really hard to heal from. It can definitely have you feeling like there's something wrong with you or that you're broken. But again, when you can shift that, change your energy, transform that, right? Use that to build your strength and really see yourself the way Spirit sees yourself. That's when you're going to draw in and magnetize, right, the right type of partner for you. All right. Okay, let's see what Archangel Michael has to say here. Write about your thoughts and feelings. All right. Thank you for helping me tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so I clearly express myself and glean insight, blessing, and healing. All right, so this might be a really good time to journal. I probably say that quite a bit. But like I had said, right, get back into your feelings, especially if you've pushed them away. Right? Some people have been taught that feelings are stupid, and that is not true. Feelings are signals. All right, so that's what we've got here for this reading. Let's see, if you do like to find affirmations, maybe we set one here. All right, how about I give respect? All right, and definitely taking that first and foremost into yourself, if that has been something that's been challenging or difficult, or that you just haven't done at all. Right, so what can you do this week to show more respect for yourself? Or maybe there are some other people that you do need to show some respect to. But this is really about self-respect. So show yourself that respect, right? Take good care of your body, write about your feelings, let yourself have feelings, right? Respect that part of yourself, right? Honor those different parts. And then take actions in a way that respect yourself as well, right? Whether that's clearing your energy a little more, maybe it's standing up for yourself or saying something to someone when they're treating you a certain way. So really taking respect seriously this week. So yeah, we give respect. That's the affirmation. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, and if you're still here, I almost forgot, check it out, right? I've got your 2026 mostly Zodiac Calendar ready and available in my shop. You can check it out in the description. All right, it's a really good quality. It's a legit calendar, and it's organized by Zodiac. All right, so starting with Aries season, ending in Pisces season, but I do got a page here that kind of gets you up to when Aries season starts. And you can see we've got Lava Horse here on the cover in honor of the year of Fire Horse, which kicks off in February. So yeah, check it out. It's super adorable, super awesome. Makes me smile every time I look at these pictures, and I know it will for you too. Okay, so that is what we've got here. Thanks again so much for being here. And until next time, peace.